What's up, guys? So this is just an update on SMCI. The last video I made was on this candle right here, just talking about the most probable scenario from there. And it's played out, it's just been a little difficult. So we did break that low, which I anticipated, and then I was getting ready for that bounce trade. And going into here, I traded in here and tried to establish a position, but we had NVIDIA's earnings coming out this day. And I don't like swinging earnings, it's against one of my rules. They're always a coin toss, and I'm not willing to take that risk overnight. So after that, I took the small loss here, and then I went to re-short on this gap up, and I admittedly got in a little early because I was just anticipating for this gap to fill. But they really pushed it up here. I thought there was no chance they were going to break this high. I've never seen it happen, and they got pretty close. Ended up breaking even on this trade, and this could have played out a few ways. Like I anticipated the bounce to come up here, re-short, and then a lower low. That was the most probable scenario. We actually start tightening up. And then we actually hit a new all-time high just yesterday. And this is due to the S&P 500 inclusion. So I had that indicated by this red line right here. That's the data they're going to be included in S&P 500. And now because of that, we have forced buying pressure by the ETFs. So I'm anticipating for this to grind up forward. There's analyst price targets for $1,300, which is outrageous. I think this stock is way overhyped, and I'm ready for this to sell off. It's just going to be a little tricky. So now we have this gap here and a gap here. And this gap right here is also on a weekly chart. And with how extended we are, these are definitely going to fill. It's just going to be a trickier trade. Like if you go out to this weekly right now, we're talking about a 93 RSI. So this is extremely extended. This blue line right here is the 20 period moving average, which is home base. So it always comes back there to test it at some point. It could stay up here for a very long time. But the way I'm looking at this is after this S&P 500 inclusion, all this forced buying pressure is over. I'm expecting for us to come back down, at least fill this gap right here. This one might take a little bit longer, but for sure this one. So I'm eyeing it up. And the way I'll probably play this is for puts into April or May. So give it some time to fill that gap. And it should be a pretty good trade. It's just not going to be a home run as far as percentage gains off the capital you risk. But it's very probable. Because now, at this point, with how we've run up now on the daily, I've never seen this hit a new all-time high. But like I said, this is due to a catalyst with S&P 500 inclusion. But we have divergence, and that's where price is making higher highs and our indicator is making a lower high. And the way this corrects is over an extended period of time, but generally it's due to a pullback. So I'm anticipating for this to grind up after the inclusion date. Historically, we'll get some kind of sell-off, so I'm expecting a pullback then, fill this gap, and then book profits. I by no means am saying this is going to zero. It's just more for a trade, for the indicators to cool off. So with this weekly chart being as high as it is, the 90s, I'm definitely looking for this to come back, at least hit this 8-period moving average, if not the 20. So I'm going for this gap fill, and I'll just assess it from there and see what's most likely to happen. But I just wanted to make a quick update on this stock because I made one before. I'm not really doing too many YouTube videos right now, so I just figured I'd do an update on this particular trade. It's going to be a little tricky, like I said, but I think price can push up a little higher. Mainly what I do is I post throughout the day in the Discord, and I'll just post my trades, the entries and exits on the most probable setups, not really the scalps, but the ones I think are really good. So I caught gold on the long, a little bit of a short scalp. It was meant for it to be a little longer, but I wasn't getting the price action I wanted to see on that. But if you would like to join, it's free. The link's in the description below, and I post in there every day. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me there. But until next time, I wish you the best in the markets.